guys, how you doing? It is Arlie here with my journey, my way, weight loss and spiritual gain. I know it's been a minute. Y'all. Here I am today, committed. So without further ado, I'm actually gonna get into the devotional. And during the devotional, we will get some of my update on where I am in life as far as my weight loss journey. So I really want to entitle this devotional, How Desperate Are You? So let's get into it, guys. As of recently, as we all know that I've shared before, it's been no secret, I've been on Herbalife. I know before that we discussed too that I tried other weight loss programs such as TLS. I was doing the keto diet for some time now. I've done a lot of things to really just get this weight off. Of course, five years later, putting back on 60 pounds, y'all. Yes, 60 pounds. It has been tough getting it back off. So I got to this point where I'm just like, no, I'm not happy. You know, nothing's working. I'm having a hard time with this, God. And I don't just want to go on any program, no fad diets. I need you to lead me in the direction that you have me to go, to mold, to take care of this temple. I had to get to a point where I'm just like, Arlie, how desperate are you for this weight loss? And that also translated into my spiritual life. What exactly am I investing into this thing to get the results that I desire? And I got to a point too where, for me, part of my testimony is my depression and insecurities. Of course, when I'm not at a size I desire, things come up. You know, I always struggle with weight loss. I always struggle with insecurities. And when I'm bigger than I desire, those things kind of creep back up. But I also had to get to a point where it was like, despite these obstacles, how bad do I want it? How desperate am I to get these pounds off so I never have to go back to that dark place, so I never have to feel insecure like I did before, so I never ever have to battle with the spirit of depression? How bad do I want it? It's, for me, for my journey, for my testimony, it's more than just getting the weight off. It's how desperate am I to never go back to those low places in life, that I'm doing what I need to do to get where I need to be. And that is how God, and that's really the season I'm in. And not just weight loss. Arlie, not only am I asking you to take care of your temple, but how desperate are you for me in this season? How desperate are you to really become the woman of God that I've called you to be? And here I am getting stuck in the same routines, and I'm not doing what I need to do to get where I need to be. And I keep wondering why God isn't blessing me the way I feel I should be blessed, right? And he was just like, but daughter, you're not desperate enough. For me, it was just like, you know, we always hear the story with the woman of the issue of blood, the one that just needed to touch the hem of God's garment. And that is me in this season. God, I don't care what I have to do. I don't care what trials and tribulations may come. I am like the woman with the issue of blood. I am going to hurt. I am going to crawl. I am going to do whatever I need to do to just touch the hem of your garment in this season. When we think of blood, when I think of the woman with the issue of blood, I'm bleeding out in different ways. God, I'm in pain. Like, I'm in emotional, mental pain. I'm really at this point in my life and at this season where I'm just like, God, I am willing to do whatever, because I am so desperate for change. I am so desperate for you to mold me. I am so desperate to literally see new levels in you. I am so desperate to get the body that I desire, because it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to you. So if I'm not fueling it, if I'm not doing what I need to do to create the best version of me, then I'm not glorifying you. And I'm desperate, God, in this season. I am so desperate to get closer to you. I am so desperate to be a different person. I am so desperate for change in this season, because I'm tired of being the same. I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of letting the enemy win over my emotions. I'm fighting to stay free. I'm fighting for my peace of mind. I am fighting for my mental and my emotional stability. I am fighting for spiritual growth. That's how desperate I am in this season. And I encourage you, even if it's not weight loss, like I always say, how desperate are you to finish school? How desperate are you to start your business? Have you thought of a plan? Have you invested some money? How desperate are you to finish that project that God asked you to finish 3,000 years ago? Sorry for the exaggeration, but that book he said you were going to finish, the one that you've had dreams of and vision of, that thing that you want, that house. Have you looked at your credit score? Have you met with the realtor? Have you met with the financial advisor to get your finances in place? And more than that, not just material things, but guys, how desperate are we for spiritual, mental, and physical change in this season? We really want healing from that relationship that broke us. How much are we investing? How desperate are we for a new life, for a restoration, for a new heart? Are we giving every piece to God? How desperate are we for a change, for something real, for something authentic, which is God's love and his grace? And that's what I mean in this season. We have to be desperate for more than what we are, for more than what we have. We have to be desperate on a new level for a change in ourselves and our thinking. We have to be desperate for something new, something awesome, something we can't even imagine, because we just know that God is all up and through that thing. And I literally had to get to that point. I'm like, God, I am so tired of being here. I am bleeding out. I am bleeding out, and I need you. I need you. I need you. I need you like never before. Because I can't do this. I can't continue to live this way. And this is why I had to do what I needed to do for myself to get a healthy temple. This is why I'm doing what I need to do to become the woman that God has called me to be. And when I tell you, the release of some things is amazing. Honestly, the feeling that I'm getting from not putting all this junk food in my body, the feeling that I'm getting from sleeping a little better at night, the feeling that I'm getting from exercising more and changing up my exercises is amazing. So how desperate are we for the promises of God? We have to put in the work. We have to put in the work. And always ask yourself that, God, what am I doing? And not only that, what do you want me to do to get where you need me to be? How can I stop bleeding? How can I stop this issue that I have to get closer to you, to get closer to the promise? Tell me what I need to do. Tell me what I need to release. Tell me what I need to sacrifice to honestly see your promises come to life. Y'all, I'm telling you, we are in a season where God just like, enough talk. I've heard you talk about it. Now it's time to do it. We need to be desperate for our dreams, and we need to be desperate for our family. We need to be desperate for our weight loss. We need to be desperate for our promises on our goals. We need to be desperate for ourselves. We need to be in a place where we are chasing so much after our dreams and goals, because I'm just like, God, I need this to be my best season. My absolute best season, to see a change in myself, to see a change in my environment, because I'm tired of bleeding. I'm tired of this issue, and all I need to do is to move some things out of the way, to run with my head facing up. I would say with my head facing down, but no, y'all, with my head facing up, to get closer to you. What are we doing? And how desperate are we? Before I end this, I just want to challenge you to be desperate in these next 30 days like you've never done it before. Commit your time, commit your finances if you need to, commit certain things. And meaning commitment could also mean sacrifice. Sacrifice some things to get to your goals. You don't have to post about it. You don't have to talk about it. Get into your prayer closet like never before. Spend time with God like never before. Get tunnel vision, y'all. But this is a season for tunnel vision. Tunnel vision on what you know that you are marked. So get tunnel vision on what God has called you to do, who he's called you to be in this season. And I challenge you in these next 30 days, be so desperate for it. So desperate for a close relationship with Christ. So desperate for that promise. So desperate for this weight loss. Get everything out of the way. Release some things. Release some anger. Release some insecurities. Release some pride. Release some of your junk foods, y'all. Release those chips. Release the donuts and the burgers. Release everything to get what you need to get in this season and to build the best possible life you have envisioned for yourself. Align yourself with God's will and chase after everything in this season. Everything. I challenge you. I challenge myself. I challenge myself to build like never before, to sculpt, to do everything God has called me to do in this next 30 days. I'm not waiting until January 1st to come for everything God has promised me. I'm not doing it. And I'm also not delaying it anymore. Be desperate for Christ. Be desperate for change in this season and watch God move like never before, because he's already doing it for me. All I had to do was make up in my mind, no, God, I want this. And I'm stopping at nothing until I see the promises come to pass and until I see this body transform. So I encourage you. I love you. I'm so sorry for yelling. I just get so excited when God speaks. And now it's time for his children to move. Be desperate in this season like never before. And I promise God is going to move in your life and even the lives around you, because what you're doing is not just for you, but it's for those around you, those watching like never before. So I love you. I love you. I love you. I will see you at the end of these 30 days. I need to hear some testimonies. I need to see some things. I need to see some businesses come to life. I need to see some bodies being transformed, some people being saved, some people walking in their purposes and anointings like never before in these next 30 days. I'm excited for us. Thank you guys. Love you guys. And if you haven't already, love me, like me, subscribe to me, follow me, and let's continue to encourage and push each other in this next season of life. I love you guys so much. Have a good day.